Hello, and welcome to the weekly Metatron message. This message is going to be for October 7th through October 13th. On this channel, I bring forth messages from the angelic realm to promote healing, wholeness, compassion, and personal transformation. And if this is something that you're like and are interested in, please stick around for the whole message, and please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to our channel. And also, please join our newsletter. I'm calling it a newsletter, but it's not really a newsletter. It's a monthly channeled message from the angels that will be beginning in January of 2025. If you subscribe this month to the newsletter, you will get a free meditation from the Archangel Haniel. So that link will be in the description box below and also in the first pinned comment. So let's go ahead and settle in and let us begin. I've pulled the cards and Archangel Metatron is here. And so we're going to begin. So the first card we have is family, the circles of life. So that's the first card we have is family, the circles of life. Next card we have is the tree of life, travel on. And the next message we have is love, relationships, harmony, and healing. That's what I just heard. Relationships and harmony. That is the number 6, which is to me the family number, the number of family. Okay. Then we have healing, pause to receive. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm using the Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery Oracle by Amanda Ellis. Next card we have is Silver, Warrior of Light. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. See the moon there glowing brightly. Okay. And this has been a very heavy week for the moon, so let's keep that in mind. And so I get this card all the time. So it's Mystery and the Mastery of Life, Indigo. And so this card comes up often with the Metatron messages, and that we are here to be the masters of life. We're not here to let life master us. And at the center of the reading is pink, self-love and nurturance. So, so beautiful. So, so beautiful. Self-love and nurturance. So already I'm definitely getting a vibe that this message will be about healing, personal transformation, and really just nurturing ourselves and allowing slowing down long enough to receive the healing that Metatron and the angels are trying to give us. So let's begin. Okay, Archangel Metatron, what would you like to say about family and the circles of life? This card number is 49. Family and the circles of life. So he's saying that family is a very precious human experience. But he wants to acknowledge that not everyone has come from a family that has been loving and has been abundant and nurturing. But he's calling on us to saying that the universe has an abundance of family and love and healing for us if we'd only open our heart to accept it. Family, the circles of life. He's saying that family is a very important part of the human experience. It's one of the foundational structures that the soul chooses to incarnate into. But with that knowledge, many souls, by choice, choose to come into difficult or challenging family situations. Not as a punishment of any sort, but because the soul believes it can navigate through that family and the level of resistance that comes from growing up in that type of family. And just as a side note, Spirit has been sharing with me this week that, Spirit is helping to change my wording around Earth. And so I've been using this week the word to describe Earth as the planet of resistance. Okay, so I've been calling Earth the planet of resistance. So Archangel Metatron is saying, so we incarnate into these families that have these challenging or difficult situations because our soul believes it can transition and transfigure, he is saying, this experience of resistance in these families into something alchemical and something that will be better for us in our growth. And he's saying, he's acknowledging that, of course, this seems like a monumental task when we don't realize that is what we're doing, or that we chose to do that from on a soul level. But he's saying the soul makes no mistakes. The soul makes no mistakes, no matter how painful or traumatic a family situation is. The soul makes no mistakes when it chooses its family of incarnation. He's saying the family of incarnation is a sacred soul agreement between all of the souls involved in that family, no matter how dysfunctional or toxic. If there's addiction, if there's alcoholism, other traumatic, dysfunctional things going on, he's saying all of those souls on a soul level chose to incarnate into that family as a soul agreement for the soul process and practice of everyone in that family soul group. So he's acknowledging that many may want to just shove away the painful family relationships because they're painful and they're confusing. And he acknowledges that. And he's saying, of course, have boundaries. But he's saying on a soul level, understand that you chose that family to incarnate into with a lot of bravery and courage, because you felt on a soul level that you would be able to navigate it. And he's saying, what would you like to say about the navigation? That you choose to navigate through this avatar, through this being, through this vessel. And that the soul, with its promptings, hints, and urges, can guide you through the level of resistance or down a path where you will eventually figure out and resolve and ultimately integrate, if that is your desire, your conscious desire, what this all means, and bring you to a deeper level of understanding. What else would you like to say about this? What did you like to say about deeper understanding? He's saying that the profound depth of your soul knows no bounds. The human intellect is limited in its understanding of healing and love, but it is boundless within the soul. The messages that your own soul has for you that can bring healing, that can bring love, that can help you navigate through any difficulty or challenge are immense, and they are not limited in any way. The only thing that limits them is your own self-perception and the own boxed in framework that is part of the human psyche, personality, and intellect. Your connection with your soul can help you transfigure any relationship that has been an obstacle or you have felt in opposition to in your life. He's saying, do not let the lack of family love make you feel like it's an insurmountable obstacle in your life. Because for many people who have these experiences, it can be a source of deep, deep pain. That feeling of not having a loving family, of not having that support, or having grown up with a lot of dysfunction, feeling attacked, feeling victimized, feeling abused, all of the things that may have occurred. He's saying, don't let that be the ceiling for what is possible for your life. He's saying, understand that your life can be so much more with the proper guidance and self-insight. And he's saying, through the metaphor of the tree of life, that every soul is on a journey. Every soul is on a journey of deeper understanding deeper self-awareness and knowledge. So I just asked, why would a soul need a deeper knowledge if it comes from a place of perfection? Because we want to know what the opposite is of perfection to have that experience. And because we have free will, we get to experience the opposite of perfection in any way that the soul chooses. And the soul devises and develops many, many layered and intricate ways to experience the opposite of perfection, a certain level of resistance, so that it can return with a new knowledge of itself back to perfection. The level of knowledge and self-awareness we gain from this experience cannot be overstated. And if you think you understand it in a very understated way, because it is hard for the human intellect to really understand and fully grasp the magnitude of what the soul goes through, chooses to, intends to seek out when it comes down into this dimension, in this vibration. And he's saying that when souls choose to incarnate into this vibration, it is not a curse. Many of us, because we've had so many difficult experiences, we say, oh, my life is cursed and this is hell. And I 100% understand. And this is not me talking, this is Metatron. He's saying that he understands, but the soul makes a choice to have a certain experience within this vibration because they think they can do it. They think they can do it. And he's saying that the soul does not make this choice lightly, because the soul does know how difficult it can be to be in this vibration, and you're kind of totally just operating on instinct and like karmic memory, right? Or as my teacher calls it, karmic intellect. You have certain things that you learned how to do from other lifetimes, pro and con, helpful and unhelpful, that have traces of how you're able to navigate this lifetime, your current lifetime. And those things can help you, and those things can also add to the obstacles of your progress. But he's saying, but know that the knowledge you gain from the obstacles of this journey are beyond anything that can be truly encapsulated or captured with words. And he's saying the true knowledge of yourself is divine and it's all encompassing. And that in its totality, with the ball and the brilliance of who you are, the pain you have experienced in this lifetime is just a small fragment. The pain you may have experienced over any lifetime is just a small fragment of the brilliance and the beauty and the magnificence of who you are multidimensionally. He's saying, like, he's showing me an image of like tiny little cracks, but then everything else around it is just brilliant. And even through the cracks, the light still shines. It just refracts a different way, but it's still part of the light. Okay. Would you like to say anything about the tree of life? He's saying the tree of life is just a metaphor, and acts as a bridge to show us, is symbolic in nature to show us the levels and the depth to the path we're traveling. That's why the tree of life occurs in multiple cultures. I did not know that. I thought the tree of life was only related to the Judaic culture, Judaism, and I know it's in the Kabbalah, but he's saying that it's in other cultures as well. Something similar to the tree of life is in other cultures as well. So what would you like to say about love, relationships, harmony, and healing? Love, relationships, and harmony. And I said healing, but then healing was the next card I pulled. So what would you like to say about love and relationships and harmony? So he's saying that true self-love will bring you into harmony and healing with yourself and all others. He's saying getting to harmony is not always smooth sailing, but when we can become in harmonic resonance with our own frequency, then our other relationships will transform and we can experience true and deep love. But the first place to experience true and deep love is within ourselves. And that comes through laying a new foundation for our lives and a new foundation of healing and integration. And then you will see the love and harmony you've always craved and you always sought begin to blossom, to begin to open and begin to bud in your own world. But to experience true love, you first have to be able to give it to yourself. From the depths of your being, allow your pain to be integrated, your traumas to be released, and in that space, the new energetic space that has been opened within you, allow love to pour in and will allow love to heal the places and fill up the places where it had previously been empty and barren. And then you will see the blossoming of love within yourself and also in all your other relationships. And you'll begin to call in newer, more nourishing love relationships. I think a lot of us feel that when we say we want a loving relationship, we think it's something that's coming in external to us. Oh, I need to call in more love into my life. But are you being more loving to yourself? Are you being more kind to yourself? Are you more accepting to yourself? True love comes from a nurturance from within, and then it blossoms outward. Like when you begin to bloom internally, then other flowers around you will begin to bloom. You'll be in a new harmonic vibration and resonance, and you'll attract people to you of that newer vibration and frequency. But you'll do it with consistency. As long as you begin to maintain the consistent vibration of love inside of yourself. He's saying to cultivate the vibration of love, cultivate the vibration of love within yourself. And he says how that vibration is cultivated is through healing and integration. You have to heal. You have to heal your traumas. You have to lay a new foundation for yourself. You have to continue to look at all the cracks and the breaks and continue to, he's using like he's showing me like a pot. And like if you have a beautiful piece of pottery, but that's broken, you said you have to put it all back together and you have to seal up every crack and paint over some cracks with some new information, some new knowledge, some new ideas to make it whole again. And he wants to encourage you. He's saying you can be whole again. But it has to be on the foundation of self-love. And that's why the next card is healing, number 43, healing, pause to receive. And so when I first pulled the cards and I said relationships and harmony and healing, I didn't know this card was going to come up, but it had come up. So that was just, intuitively, I was sensing what was next. And he's saying the dynamics of healing and how imperative they are to the human experience cannot be overstated. He's saying, don't take for granted the work that is necessary to become the person that you say you want to be. It has to be consistent, and you have to consistently work to integrate all the parts of yourself that you may have been unloving and unkind to. And then you have to call on the angels to help you receive this new level of healing. It's not an intellectual thing, he's saying. It's a thing from the heart. This is why he was saying your heart has to blossom. Healing is not from the mind. Healing is it's not just a cognitive thing. It's a thing of the heart. It's allowing your heart to, be open and to heal. And that when that is happening, when the opening and the healing is happening, you will have a new experience, and and love will pour in. and allow yourself to think that you deserve the healing. Again, going back to messages we may have received from family, we may have received messages that we did not deserve healing, we did not deserve love, we did not deserve patience, we did not deserve compassion. And Metatron is here to tell us we did, we did, we did. And that as we travel on our journey, the soul's journey and the soul's path, we must do that foundational work to reset our heart vibration to the vibration of love. And let me just say, love does not mean you don't have boundaries. Love does not mean that you don't cut people off. Love does not mean you don't say no. Love just means that you operate at a truer frequency that is more of your natural state. And when you have more self-love, you can allow the healing to come in, and you can ask for support, and you can call on the angelic kingdom. You can call on your, I want to say your ancestors who are whole, healthy, and in the light. You can call on your spirit guides who serve the light. You can call on your beings who serve the light and who are here to help you with your own transfiguration process. And so that's one of the messages that Metatron has for us, that we're all going through a transfiguration process. And if you don't know what transfiguration means, it's basically like you're being completely turned into something else. And so Metatron is saying that we all came here to be completely turned into something else. Now, that's why we do it about 1,000 times, right? Because sometimes it goes great, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you got to split the difference. And but as we want to step in the energy of consciously raising our vibration, we're actually aligning ourselves with the process of transfiguration. And so Metatron is also reminding us and telling us that we are warriors of light. When we choose to come into the darkness, which is this dense dimension, we are being warriors of the light. We're trying to bring the light into this dense dimension. What would you like to say about the light? What would you like to say? He's saying the light is your chalice. Okay, please. What's a chalice? I think a chalice is a cup. Yes, he said the light is your chalice, the light is your cup, the light is what serves you and nurtures you. It is what you need to drink from to find your power. And what is in the light? In the light is love. In the light is love, but love is not passive. Love can also be a sword when necessary. It can be a sword of truth. It can be a sword of protection. It can be a sword to slice through illusions, he's saying. He said, so step into the silver ray, he's saying. See yourself stepping onto the silver ray and understanding that you are a warrior of light. As you ascend into your true divine nature, you are acknowledging that you are a warrior of light. And you are a warrior of light who's here to do good. You're here to do good, and you're here to serve others, even in your own family, in your work environments, or the larger collective. And again, this card comes up over and over and over and over again. And he always tells us that we are the masters of life. It seems like it's a mystery, but it is, because we have that amnesia. But remember, it's an amnesia that we chose so that we can grow in our own knowledge and deeper understanding of working through the vibration of resistance. So mystery and the mastery of life. So that is part of your journey. Your part of your journey is the mystery and the mastery of life. And so he always brings through this message of the mystery and the mastery of life, and that he always wants to remind us that we are masters of life. And that honestly, he's saying that we are masters of this dimension. We just don't know it because we have forgotten, but we do this over and over again. We've learned to be in these bodies over and over again, through all the difficulties, through all the challenges, through all the countries, through all the languages. through all the every possible difference imaginable. We've done it hundreds, if not thousands of times. So he wants us to be find, he's saying sucker, okay, sucker. He wants us to find nourishment in that that we are masters of life and that we do understand the mystery. We just have to, the mysteries of life. We just have to tap into our soul knowledge where that exists. And so again, there's just so much message, so many messages here about love. Okay, there's so many messages here about love because in the center of it is the pink card, self-love and nurturance. So we have self-love and nurturance, love and harmony. Then we have healing. We have so many messages of love for this message from Archangel Metatron. So many messages of love, that we are loved. We deserve love, and love is the foundation of who we are. And it's not inaccessible to any of us. So he's saying the pink card, self-love and nurturance. So I've already spoken about this. I've already spoken about the self-love and the nurturance that is necessary for us to truly, truly step into who we are and who we dream of being. He's saying that don't let the things you think of in your imagination seem like they're impossibilities, but feeling loved, feeling healed, feeling whole, feeling completely different than the experience you may have been born into in your family of origin. He's saying it's okay. He's saying it's okay. Allow yourself to feel, to receive the love and the nurturance that you need to transform all of these experiences. He's saying you're not without hope. You're not without healing. You're not without power. Because to go through a transfiguration process is a powerful experience, and only powerful beings can go from being multidimensional to being 3D, to being in the highest frequencies and vibrations, to being in these frequencies and vibrations, and then working with these frequencies and vibrations and molding them to be what they want. Most of the time we do this unconsciously, and then coming into conscious awareness, and then engaging with this power in a conscious way so that we can have the healed, the whole, the transformed lives that we deserve. He's saying self-love and nurturance, that this is when you really start to wake up and access your true power. Self-love and nurturance is when you start to wake up and activate your true power. He's saying, so that he said, step into the pink ray as well. Call on the pink ray. Call on the pink ray and the silver ray, and see yourself wrapped in a cloud, like a gentle, soft pink pashmina or shawl or cloak of love, and just seeing it just being wrapped completely around your body, and you're being held, and knowing that loving vibration is seeping into every single part of you. And remember that love, self-love, and nurturance is the true foundation of all change. It is the true foundation of all healing. It accompanies healing, and it accompanies, the outward expression of love and integration. Anything else on Cage? And he's also just saying, please be gentle with your inner child this week. Please be very gentle and tend to your inner child. And also, while you're doing that, remember, if you did not have the family that you desired growing up, this is the chance to create a new internal family for yourself that is filled with love, wisdom, kindness, and compassion. A family is just not external to us. A family is internal to us. Typically, I link a book below. I do talk about these self-therapy cards, but I also link a book below on therapy because I'm a therapist. It's called Self-Therapy. It's by Jay Early. I will link that below. And that book is a wonderful way to understand your inner family system and how to approach it with love, kindness, and compassion so that you can begin to reorient yourself in a new way that's not just based on your old family system. So I hope that all makes sense. So Archangel Metatron, what would you like to say? Interesting, interesting, interesting. So he's saying, don't let yourself be like this man here. Don't let, because you see how he has a cloud over his head and he's just looking very sour and like very curmudgeon-y. He's saying, don't allow yourself to be that. When you step into your fullness and the power of who you are, you no longer have to deal or accept a stagnant way of being. You no longer have to accept a stagnant way of being. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Is there any more messages for everyone? He's sending his love, he's sending his light, and he really wants us to work with the pink ray this week because we have 2 cards that have to do with love, self-love and love. So he definitely wants us to work with the pink ray this week. Okay. So again, I hope you enjoyed this message. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave me a comment below. I'm going to link also to the video I did, the video I did last Wednesday, this past Wednesday from the Archangel Haniel, because she shared her energy with us again about self-love and coming into attunement with the softness and the harmony that is within. So I'm going to link to that video from Archangel Haniel as well. I'll put it in the description box and I'll try to put it in one of the corners here. Okay, so again, my name is Sonia Ross. I'm a spiritual psychotherapist, an intuitive messenger, and an author. And I hope that you enjoyed this week's message from Archangel Metatron. It was my pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. Until next week, peace.